I've been having a hard time hitting record for videos lately, so I'm going to start a challenge where I do a little recording every single day. So, starting today, I'm going to be giving some updates about life and things I've been thinking about, things I've been working on. So the goal is to recap each day, thoughts I've been having, and I guess some updates with the baby, which I'm feeding right now. So I don't have an official setup, so I'm going to be using just the laptop and moving it around the room when needed. Excuse you. So I had some pretty irregular sleep today, and I haven't really done a lot of moving around. So I'm probably going to do a quick yoga session while I continue to talk about the day, whenever I finish feeding this baby. This is how you burp a baby. You could also go we just recently got this feeding pillow. She seems to really fall asleep very shortly after going into it. It's pretty nice.
For just getting out of bed or
Quick recap about the notes from last night. It is the next day, and I have little one sleeping here. So essentially, I took some notes on a slideshow about how to build a community and what are the prerequisites for that. Essentially, the starting point seems to be a blog, podcast, videos, books, or courses, and then you integrate your community with some of these aspects. They made it very clear at the beginning that growing an audience and growing a community are two separate draws and two separate things. So with my idea to start a community at the very beginning without having an audience, that seems like it could be a problem. Besides that, it kind of gave me some ideas to maybe even sell communities to online businesses that have a YouTube or have a community of some sorts they would like to bring together. So might potentially explore that idea. But essentially, the biggest advice was that to launch your community as if you are opening a restaurant. So you essentially want to have people there hanging out and perpetuating other people to show up. You want to have a menu of items that you show to people once they come in, and they can kind of pick the experience they have based on the menu. And to launch it, there's a validation step. Which includes, looking into other communities. Do you have a group of people that already have been asking for something? You create an MVP, and which is essentially like a one-time event. And if a lot of people show up, you kind of have validation for your community. So the onboarding process is super important. The phase 1 to host a private limited entry is super important. Phase 2 to launch with a founder group, also limited window, but then once they're in, they're kind of in for forever. And then actually having success stories and having a really good onboarding experience seems to be very key for these kinds of things. So that's basically what I learned today. Hopefully that is helpful for the updates on what's going on with what I worked on. See you guys in the next one.